ready to bust, kicking the door and I. Okay, who wanna touch? Who wanna run? Kicking the door and I come at the cut.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got it here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about where they take a good. Just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They go play action here on first down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Let's make these babies cry. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Hey, watch that. Check my 60.
He'll drop to throw. Going out wide, finds Chubb. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Drops it off for Chubb. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Running on first down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there at holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Mike, 53. Just like that. Let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this one too low.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second and 10. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now back to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. We're scoreless after one.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 9 now. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll try and run here with Mostert.
So after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
And now they'll throw with Lance. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only two rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Lance.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Grady Jarrett coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Another try after the first down sack.
Lance.
And that is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Lance going to throw.
This one caught by Kittle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Back to the running game with Mostert.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Lance able to find Mostert.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. And Gold is able to put it through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The
Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
57, Mike. Mike 57. Check.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
57.
Looking to throw. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And it's picked off. And the Niners are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They hand it off to Mostert. And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They'll set up to throw.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 2nd and 2. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Chubb on the counter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike. Check smash. Stop your body. 53 Mike.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And his kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing now is Lance. Flush to his right.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. Dancing to his left. Fumble near midfield, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They fake the handoff. Now Lance gets this one to Juszczyk. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A handoff running left is Mostert. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Mostert. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Back to throw. Pass complete to Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Now Mostert. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 7. And the 49er first down.
And the Niners will continue on as we say so long, everybody.